Hello, people. Okay, so this is a quick, not a quick video. This is going to be a topic. Hopefully, it's not going to be really quick because I do want to elaborate a lot into this topic because I feel strongly about this topic and I want to talk about it. Don't even know what accent it is or what it is, but as far as everything, this video is basically about limitations. And the limitations that people sometimes compromise themselves in, and sometimes they don't understand the gratitude of what they're putting themselves in. But as life go on, they start to figure out and they start to dissect and start to understand the knowledge of what they're putting themselves in as they're limiting themselves by labeling themselves. You don't need to label yourself. You don't need to label your sexuality. You don't need to label your thoughts. You don't need to label your way of life or so on and so forth. You don't need to label these things. These things don't need to be labeled. These things don't have to be familiar to anyone but you. And I was a victim of labeling myself, as far as gay and this and that, so on and so forth. As far as aside from professional labels, those are the things that you do want to acknowledge. But these personal labels, these sex labels, and so on and so forth, it's time for us to break away from that, especially the LGBT community. It's time for us to break away from these labels. It's time for us to break away from these limitation spaces that we put ourselves in. It's time for us to graduate from what we are putting ourselves into. And a lot of people don't understand the gratitude of just living your life and doing what you have to do. And when you do these things and you start to understand yourself more, you start to understand that you are someone also if you start to believe yourself as just being a human being, not, oh, I'm a top, I'm a bottom, or oh, I'm this, I'm that. All these labels are nonsense. If you just break down the labels and just let yourself just be who you're going to be, then life will be much easier. But you put yourself in this box. You put yourself in this box by putting these labels on yourself and by putting these labels in your sex life and so on and so forth. And you don't understand that after a long gratitude of time, you limit yourself. You limit your progress. You limit the heights you can reach within being successful in life because you're putting labels on yourself. And we all have the times when we do, like I said before, we all have the times that we do put labels on ourselves or we identify ourselves as such and such and such. But it's time for us to graduate from that and move on to not having labels in our life, not having labels intersecting with things we're doing, not having labels on people and so on and so forth. You know how to identify someone, but you don't have to identify them and that whole group of similarities like that person under this one label. It's just like if I if white people or black people or so on and so forth, white people are this and that or black people are this and that. You're putting this label out there. Yes, it identifies as our race, but you're putting this label out there far as this whole group does this. Instead of that one person, that one individual doing that type of behavior, you're saying this whole group does this. So all tops does this and all bottoms does this and so on and so forth. And it's nonsense. That top bottom stuff is nonsense. If you're gonna have sex, then have sex. If you're gonna do certain things or if you like being penetrated or you like doing whatever you like doing far as the sexual encounter things, then do so, but don't put a label on yourself. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your experience as a caterpillar to become a butterfly because you're afraid that if you don't have no labels on you that you can't identify with yourself, that you don't know who you are. You know who you are. You don't need no labels. Those labels just help you identify with what you are as far as the terms and so on and so forth. But mentally, you know who you are. In your heart, you know who you are. You don't need these labels. You don't need these people to tell you which way to go and which way not to go. You have the free mind and gift to do as what you want to do in life. And that's why I embrace myself a lot within just not having no labels on me and just doing what I want to do. And that's the topic I want to talk about today. So just do you, continue doing you. Subscribe, like, share. I'm gonna put this on my Facebook also because I never upload videos there. I'm gonna put it on my Facebook and stuff like that. Just to share it around and stuff like that to let people understand and gravitate to what I was saying. And yeah, I know I have this little voice going on right now because it's really late. And then also I got my brother in the room making noise. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed this video. More videos coming up soon. More stuff coming up soon. So a big congrats to everybody out there that's just making their dreams come true, going towards the steps to their dreams. Keep going. I salute you. Do what you have to do.
Right.